If I said the word punk, most people would probably think of something that looks a little bit like this. You, however, are watching a series about NFTs, so it's perhaps just as likely you're thinking about this. Okay, they don't look quite that different, do they? But it's not just looks where similarities between these two different types of punk end. Both have been culturally significant and left a legacy that has reverberated long after their inception. I'm Forkast's Joel Flynn, and this is Moments in NFT History. So in this episode, we are talking about CryptoPunks, possibly one of the best known early NFTs, and one sometimes confused as starting the movement of the industry. They were originally released in June 2017 by Lava Labs, which itself was the creation of Matt Hall and John Wilkinson, right before CryptoKitties had started taking the world by storm. 10,000 CryptoPunks were originally released for free, and they've come a long way since. CryptoPunk number 5822 was minted on June the 24th, 2017, and then sold just a few weeks later for 8 ETH, worth about $1,600 at the time. Less than 5 years later, in February 2022, it sold again for 3,000 ETH, or then the equivalent of $23.7 million. That is a 1.5 million% increase, and a pretty tidy profit to boot. The market for CryptoPunks, like many other NFTs, had been relatively benign to begin with, but prices began surging during the pandemic-era wave of NFT mania. There was something unique about this particular NFT, though. TechCrunch said in April 2021 it had spoken to several owners of CryptoPunks who told them owning a piece of the CryptoPunks' finite supply has become a digital flex in its own right, especially when used as an avatar or on social media sites. And this is where we find CryptoPunks, at the center of the emerging movement of profile picture, or PFP, NFT projects. YouTuber RepMankind described those in this video from September 2021.
PFPs, or profile picture communities, build around what people enjoy. People enjoy memes. People enjoy status. People enjoy being part of something bigger than themselves.
And honestly, who doesn't enjoy a meme? Still, culture is one thing, but the dollar value that people were putting on these punks shows it was also about the money. Between July 2020 and May 2021, average punk sales went up by almost 23,000%, which is a pretty big flex. In May 2021, seemingly at the peak of punk purchasing powers, the auction house Christie's sold a special sample of 9 punks for almost $17 million.
So we knew this price would be high. The estimate was originally 7 to 9 million. One of those was a rare alien.
Christie's had said at the time that punks are, quote, rightly regarded as the beginning of today's crypto art movement. And that points to punks' place in the pantheon of NFT history, not just as a token themselves, but as a virtual influence on others. Hugely popular and valuable projects like Bored Ape Yacht Club, Meebits, and Cool Cats, among others, all seemingly took what CryptoPunks have been doing and turned it into something else new. As HackerMoon points out, for some, the enduring appeal of CryptoPunks is that they continue to be the most popular and influential in the market. Whether or not that continues, their legacy in the story of the NFT market is already secure and a long way from the original ideologies behind the punk movement.